Do you remember a few months ago well, Sarah Campbell, our correspondent, who was at the Tower of London, wasn't she? And they were planting millions and millions of seeds to bloom this summer at the Tower of London. I think it was in time for about the Jubilee. And Carol has gone back. We sent Carol to the Tower this morning.
Surely not to the Tower.
And look how they've grown. That looks fantastic.
Oh, my goodness. They are stunning, John and Sal. Good morning, everybody. As you rightly said, John, this super bloom display has been planted in honour of Her Majesty the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. 20 million seeds have been planted, and it's an evolving display. As we go through the summer, we'll see other plants coming up, like sunflowers, for example. There's some poppies in there as well, just as a nod to the poppy display that was here at the Tower way back in 2014. Now, the sun is shining nicely on them. It's a pleasant start to the day, and the forecast for today is a sunny and also a warm one. So we're not done with this very warm weather just yet. Sal and John.
Carol, thank you. It is glorious. Doesn't that look beautiful?
It really does. Yeah, I was a bit doubtful that all that mud and all those seeds were going to appear so beautifully in time. But yeah, it looks great.
Should we see how the weather's looking?
Let's do that.
It's out and about this morning in the most beautiful location. That is the Tower of London. Can you believe it? Morning, wow. Carol.
Good morning, both. Good morning to you too. Sal is right. It is the most beautiful location and it is stunning. 20 million seeds have been planted here since March, and look at them. If only my garden looked like this. My garden's more like the Sahara Desert, and in fact it's got a lot of the Sahara Desert in it at the moment because we saw that at the weekend. But lots of different flowers here. There's poppies, cornflowers, fairy toad, flax, baby's breath, marigolds, daisies, and the blue cornflowers actually are a nod to when this was a moat with water in it, the blue of course indicating the colour of the water. Now, it's in honour of Her Majesty's Platinum Jubilee, which of course was this year, and you can see it extends all the way around the tower. One side it's got reds and pinks, it evolves through the blues, the whites and the yellows to the oranges at the other end, and we'll continue to show you this kaleidoscope, this beautiful carpet of flowers as we go through the course of this morning.
And after terrible behaviour yesterday, we've banished Carol to the Tower. We've sent her to the Tower of London this morning. But it's not all bad because she has beautiful flowers for us. Morning.
I know, and I'm glad to say my head is still fully intact as well. Good morning. It is gorgeous here. We're here for the Super Bloom display in honour of Her Majesty the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, and you can see how lovely they are. And if I get out of the way, you can really appreciate them because as well as being a fabulous display, they also are a biodiverse habitat for wildlife, attracting bees and pollinators, for example. So basically putting on a royal banquet for them, a great source of food for them in an urban environment. And the colours are just lovely. They start at one end being red, they go through blue, white, yellow, pink, and at the other end they're also orange as well. Now you can see the sun is beating down here in London. The temperature is currently 16 degrees. Pollen levels today are high or very high everywhere except for across the northwest of Scotland where they're lower moderate. And the forecast for today is sunny and also warm. Now this morning there's a little bit of patchy fog across the North Midlands and also northwest England.
The weather is quite sunny, isn't it? And Carol is out enjoying it with some
beautiful.
Look at that, there's bees buzzing around. Gorgeous morning, Carol.
It certainly is, John. Good morning, everybody. I'm at the Tower of London this morning, and it's to celebrate the Super Bloom display, which is in honour of Her Majesty the Queen's Platinum Jubilee. 20 million seeds were planted here in March, and you can see the fruits of them right here. And again, we're in the moat. Now, normally the public can't get into the moat, but they've very much been invited now to have a look at this. If you remember the poppy display that was in the moat, we had to view it from above. So it's great to be in here and on such a beautiful day as well. It's sunny and it's warm. The forecast for today is just that, for most of us, sunny and also warm. Now there's one or two exceptions to that rule, and that's across the north and the west of Scotland and also the north and west of Northern Ireland where there's more cloud. What's happening is high pressure is firmly in charge, but we do have a weather front which is coming in across the south. It's brought some showers this morning to the Channel Islands, and we'll see a few more for a wee while yet before they eventually fade. But in terms of Glastonbury, it's not going to be a washout. They're likely to see some showers in the next few days, but there'll be a lot of dry weather and a fair bit of sunshine in between as well. John and Sal.
Carol, thank you so much. It looks glorious there, doesn't it?
It does.
And Carol is out and about, and it looks glorious there.
Oh, it absolutely is, Sal. Good morning, everyone. I'm at the Tower of London, and you can see this super bloom display behind me. This is the East Moat. We've been working our way round the tower as we've gone through the course of this morning, and we're looking over Tower Bridge. There are 20 million seeds that have been planted here, and they're varying heights. Some of them are taller than you, so you feel like you're absolutely immersed in them. Some of them are smaller. And when you think this was only planted in March, it is absolutely beautiful. A real kaleidoscope of colour, and the sun is beating down on them now as well, as it is on us too. And we still will have a bit more cloud at times across the north and west of Scotland and the north and west of Northern Ireland, but tomorrow's top temperatures are likely to be across Northern England and the North Midlands, where we could reach in places 28 or 29 Celsius. So once again, scorchio for some of us, but then it cools down into the weekend. Sal and John.
Oh, Carol, scorchio, is that the first one this year, or have you said that already and I've missed it?
Nope, that's the first one this year, Sal.
Oh, there we go. We've had the solstice, now we've had the first scorchio. Carol, thank you so much.
What can possibly go wrong from here on in?
Colin Patterson is there too. Colin, this is a huge moment for music fans, isn't it?
Absolutely massive. You say the gates open bang on 8 o'clock, 200,000.
Oh dear,
Wow.
what a shame. You wait 3 years for Glastonbury.
Oh, and we get a John Kay. Oh, there we are. Yes.
Do you know, I once shared
Come on, are we going to tell that
a
story?
very dirty caravan
Ooh.
at Glastonbury
Careful.
with Colin, both of us covering it.
Colin Patterson, the BBC Entertainment correspondent.
Yes, and
Yeah.
it was pretty grim and muddy and
But
filthy.
fun.
It was fun.
You were
we were
working?
like ships in that. We were working, yeah.
Right,
In
okay.
fact, I would be working till late, and then he'd go out covering bands at night, and we hardly saw one another. But yeah. Now, back in March, we told you about a project at the Tower of London to sow millions of wildflower seeds. I think it was 20 million, wasn't it, to celebrate the Queen's Jubilee? This is how it looked at the time. And I remember expressing some doubt that it would ever look anything other
It's a
than
little bit drab
a muddy,
and wintry
brown mess. Well,
should we see how it's looking now? Gorgeous.
look at that, breathtaking, isn't it? It's grown, it looks fantastic. And breathing it all in is our Carol, who's been sent to the tower this morning. Hi, Carol.
Good morning,
there she is.
everybody. Isn't it absolutely stunning? This is the Super Bloom display. It's in honour of Her Majesty the Queen's Platinum Jubilee, of course. As John said, 20 million seeds were planted here back in March, and look at it now. It also attracts all kinds of bees and pollinators as well. It's a good source of food. In fact, what they call it here at the Tower is a royal banquet for the bees and the pollinators as well. Now, the sun has been beating down here all morning. The temperature has shot up, and actually the forecast for most of us today is a sunny, a dry and also a warm one as well. There are, as ever, one or two exceptions to that. We've had some showers across the Channel Islands this morning. We've had some patchy mist and fog across parts of the Midlands and Northern England. All that's given way though to more settled conditions. And then as we head into the rest of the weekend, Sal and John, is looking more unsettled as low pressure takes over. Things turn a little bit cooler. It will be showery at times with some rain, and it'll be a bit windier as well.
Thank you so much, Carol. It's been a beautiful location for us this morning, hasn't it? Absolutely great. And I remember that poppy art installation in Remembrance a few years ago in exactly the same location, wasn't it, in the moat?
That's right, that was in 2014, John, and in fact there are poppies in this display as a nod to that, in the same way that there are blue cornflowers, in a nod to the fact that this is a moat.
Fantastic.
Clever.
Yeah.
Carol, thank you very much indeed.